All right, so welcome. Tonight, we come together to make a difference in the lives of cancer patients and survivors. The funds we raise will provide them with healthy food essential for their journey. As we kick off our auction, we want to thank you for joining us for our Cooking for a Cause event. Whether you're cooking along or simply watching, your presence means the world to us. Let's empower hope and make a lasting impact one bit at a time. All right. So next, I want to tell a little bit about who is Rick's Market.
Roots in the Community Market. And we're just going to do a quick interview with her today. You can reach us by going to our homepage, and that is ricksmarket.org. So, can you give us a little background on this event and let the listeners know a little something about you?
Well, my name is Angela Gray, and I am the founder and chairman of Rick's Market Foundation. Rick stands for Roots in the Community. We are working to open Charlotte's first full service nonprofit grocery store. I like to say the easiest way to think of it is a major grocery store like a Publix or Harris Teeter in an area that does not have a major grocery store. We believe that you meet people where they are by offering what they are used to, but with the goal of moving them to healthier by subsidizing the cost of healthy foods. We believe that in order to address food insecurity, you have to address access, but also affordability and education.
Next, we want to talk a little bit about the history of um, the cancer support auction. And so last year we did a little video, and I just want to play the sound from the video about kind of the background.
Right now, I want to focus on this third annual cancer support auction. You tell me a little about that?
Sure. So, this is the third year that we've done this. The backstory is actually my mom, who was our first treasurer, passed away in 2017 from breast and lung cancer. And so, my daughter, during the pandemic, thought it would be nice to make some hats and to take them to cancer patients in honor of her grandma. And so, but when we tried to find places to take them, due to the pandemic, nobody was accepting anything. So we thought, well, what if we auctioned off the hats and she partnered with Rick's Market, and we took the proceeds to help people that either were going through cancer treatment or were cancer survivors, to help them to be able to purchase fresh, healthy food. And so we did that the first year. Last year, we did five. We were able to give out five assistance to five people the first year. The second year, which was last year, we were able to up that number to 11. And so we expanded from just hats to we did some crochet stuffed animals, and virtual cooking classes, and some different items to raise the funds.
All right. So yeah, and so last year we were able to help 8 cancer patients and survivors. And I'm going to share a little bit more about their stories. But now we want to turn it over to our chef.
We're gonna start with our egg first. And you want to tell them what we're supposed to do with this egg, Chef? Yeah, we're gonna fry this egg. Pour it on in. Don't be afraid. Pour it all in there. I got you. I'm your sous chef. Get a little temp going. All right, so yeah, you can start to move it around. So how long do we cook this? A little longer than 30 seconds, because that's about 30 seconds right there, chef. All right, so what we want to do, we want this egg to all form almost like a flat egg. Okay. It doesn't have to be spread it out. So you just want it to get going. and we're gonna pull it out as soon as it starts to set the majority of it. Okay, and getting close because we don't want to overcook the egg. That's why. And once we add all the hot properties to that, the egg will come back in at the last, and we will be on and popping. Okay, I would say that is about it right there, Chef. Leave your pan on. Here's just what do we do after this? Grapeseed. Yeah, you can add a little more grapeseed if you like. Get all this egg out so you don't have two burnt eggs. All right. You said grapeseed first. Why do we use grapeseed? High smoke point. Okay. First thing, let's give them some mushrooms. Get half of it in there, Chef. There you go. Good. Get those going. Add your bacon. Use your hand, grab you some bacon, Chef. Good. Get that mixed in. Let that start going. I see you throwing down, Chef. I used to want to do this, but I never knew how you did it. Wow. It smells good. It smells good. Yeah, it does smell good. Okay. Yes. Looking good, Chef. All right. So our next thing we're gonna add is what, Chef? Crab is closer to the end. Rice. Rice is after that. You keep going, Chef. You got it. Let's start with some peas. All right, these are green peas. Yeah, a little more in there. That's wonderful, Chef.
Hey, Chef, while you're doing that, just
Yeah.
want to jump in.
Sure.
If our audience has any questions,
Questions.
please put them in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, that time came off for yours, not mine. Not mine. Okay, almost there. I like that. It's a nice color. Okay, so I'm gonna go with our rice next. Okay. How do you put the rice in, Angie?
Sprinkle
All right, thank you. Why you sprinkle?
so it doesn't clump up.
There you go. Get it mixed in there, Chef. You throwing down. Hot pan, keep it rolling. You just keep adding your rice until you have enough for what you want. So this one we're doing is for we're gonna say for a couple of two. So it's for two people, but you can make it for 4 to 5 if you so choose. All right, so how we coming? Looking good? A little pepper in there, Chef. All right, so got any questions? What's your question? Okay, well, I might have to, you got to put that in the chat next time, okay? All right, but I'll answer it for you. Okay, somebody asked, can they use vegetable oil? Yes, you can use vegetable oil. I just like grapeseed per se because it has a high smoke point, and I love that I can just go with it and not have an issue. Add more what? Grapeseed? No, you good. You good. You just need to move that stuff around in there, Chef. He said, do I need to add more? All right, we're gonna add us a little soy sauce oyster mix. Yeah, I want you to mix it in there. No, it smells like Chinese food. Oh, that's what it's supposed to be in. Oh, all right, then. You throwing down, Chef. I appreciate it. Keep that going. Next, we're gonna throw in our green onions
We have a question.
and
Okay.
our garlic. Garlic and green onions at the last. You get that going, Chef. Get it mixed in.
All right, Chef, we have a question.
Okay.
How do we know if the mushrooms are done?
Well, you can actually mushrooms, you could just eat those raw, but it depends on how you want your mushrooms. When you sauteing it, you just adding the heat to it. They can get overdone by just being too soggy after you leave them in cooking so long. So basically, it's really up to your taste. Mushrooms, because if you bake them with a steak, then they come out a different way. Keep that, Chef. Get your egg chopped up in there. All right, and get that mixed in. I don't want to eat that. I normally don't want to eat, but now I'm hungry. All right,
We
Chef.
have another question.
Okay, please. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yeah. Oh, that's right. I do have another chef in the house. I'm just gonna keep that quiet because some chefs don't want to be known. But we have another chef, a resident chef in here. We'll talk about that later. And I think at this point we're gonna eat our crab fried rice, and then we got to go make our bids on the items, and then we'll come back for our next. What are we cooking at, chef? Wait. Okay, filet mignon. Yeah, you say steak, you like, okay, my kids eat a steak, but my mom and them got to have filet mignon. All right, back to you.
Our goal. I also just wanted to click over and show our auction site. So if you joined late, you might have missed some of the things that we have scrolling. But if you come to the auction page and you can see we have items from literally starting at $5 on up. So we have a little bit for everybody. We want to talk about why. Why are we here to give? And so here are just a few reasons of why you should give. And so one, food is medicine. And so we know that especially people going through cancer, literally you're poisoning yourself in an effort to cure the cancer. And so we know that lots of foods have medicinal properties. And so unfortunately, not everyone can afford the foods they need to help their bodies to heal. And so when you give, we're able to help. And I mentioned that there were a couple of stories I wanted to share from people we helped last year. And so um, one of the healthcare systems we work with, um, a referral came in and a cancer patient, her car had just broken down. And so literally the nurse was explaining to me that without this donation, they would have had to take their grocery money to get the car fixed so that they could get back and forth to treatment. And so the money that we helped raise was able to help them to literally be able to buy food. We also know that there's a high cost of healthcare treatment. And sometimes we think of high cost as lots of dollars. But one of the nurses was explaining to me that they often see people come in that can't afford a $5 or $10 copay, which means they have to go without the medicine they need to treat their cancer. And so we also know that mental health is extremely important in the healing process. And last year, I received a call from one of our recipients, and she literally was in tears. And she said that as as important as the money was, it was equally important to know that somebody cared about her. And she was so touched that people that didn't know her, cared enough about her to make sure that she had food. And last, to honor someone you love. Most of us have been impacted by cancer. And so, when you do this, not every family is fortunate enough to have a support system, but you can do this in honor of someone you love. And so, with that, um, oh, we're still prepping. So I'm going to open it up. Well, if anybody has any questions, if you want to add that to the chat, we would be happy to cover some questions. Wanted to do it since we have a few minutes, is I'm going to switch back to the auction site. One of the things I wanted to point out, and so you'll see if you want to bid on something, you'll need to register. And basically that's because when you bid on an item, basically your credit card information is there. In 9 days, when the auction closes, if you're the winner, your card will be charged at that time. And so you will need to register. Also, too, I wanted to point out where you purchased your ticket, You're also able to donate, but I also wanted to encourage you guys. So here is a list of our board members. And so we're all working together to raise as much as we can. And each of the board members has taken the time to talk about a personal story. And so, as we all know, we're here. And this is a picture of me and my mom. And so, many, many years ago. But hopefully, everybody probably knows that she holds such a special place in my heart. And so, a lot of this we do because my mom set the example. And so she was always caring and giving. And even when she was going through her own struggles, she always looked out for others. And so I'm just happy to be able to do that in my small way. We will check back in. All right, Chef, we've turned the camera back on.
Oh, sorry, I was eating a hot dog, so I know it's time. All right, welcome back. All right, so this was our second requested item, and this is what is this, chef? We making again? Filet mignon. Woo woo. Okay, so you want to start with a hot pan, okay? And then of course, what is this I'm putting in? Grapeseed oil. You can find this at Walmart next to the vegetable oil and sunflower oil, hot oil. Okay, so as it gets, we start to get this up to temperature. We're gonna sear our steaks on both sides. Well, I'm just gonna do one first because I want chef to learn how to do this. Okay, so we got black pepper, cracked black pepper, call it what it is. Both sides. Okay. I take my steaks out early. Usually let them come to room temperature before you begin to cook. It will relax the muscles. It also does it when you take it out. So the method we're doing now is called reverse sear, meaning we're gonna brown it on the stove and put it in a that's reverse sear. All sides will be brown before it leaves out. And this you can do we're gonna do it in 12 minutes or less. Okay. Uh no, not six per side. You're gonna pick it, turn it on the side, stand it like, let me show you so you can get it right here. Almost. Usually it'll tell you when it want to turn. So you're gonna stand it up. You're gonna brown that side of it. You're gonna brown this side of it. Okay. And then you're gonna brown that side of it. All right. But I didn't, but that's what you could finish doing there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rob, I have a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Going back to that crab dish, what kind of crab did you use?
Blue crab.
And what part of the crab?
And that's the blue crab, that was the whole crab. It's because except for the shell, it was removed from the shell. Although a lot of people somehow they eat the shell when you deep fry it that way. It's interesting. But yeah, and it was sourced in from Indonesia. Uh-oh. So it was a good one. Let's see how to back of that. All right, now you need to lay that down. Okay. At this point, we're gonna add rosemary and thyme to the mix. Now, if you wanted to do the authentic version, if this was Wagyu beef, you would put in your garlic, your thyme, your rosemary, and chicken stock prior to putting it in the oven. Doing that helps it to cook, but you have to also cover it. Because remember, what we're doing up here is the reverse sear. So once we put the foil over it to cover it, keep the heat enclosed, and it cooks the rest of the way. All right, you flip it. Let's see it, chef. Let's see. All right, I'll eat it though when it's ready. Okay. And also now at this point, we're gonna add our garlic. Give them a clove. Pour that around in there. At this, if you were making this at home for yourself and you wanted to use butter, you just drop the butter in there at the end. Clarify if you want to, but regular butter is totally fine. Cold butter, of course. At this point, chef, I think you're good to put it in the oven. All right, so this shouldn't only 6 minutes. Put it on in there, chef. Let it in there. There you go. Close that door. All right, and we'll check back in at the auction, and then they'll come back when we're done with that. All right, let's go see what they bought at the auction. I need to buy something.
Do we have any questions?
Yes, why chef don't get a dial? I put the oven on broil, low broil. But if you were just doing the steak in the oven, you could do it at 350, 20 minutes if you didn't do the reverse sear. Thank you.
Chef, I have a question too.
Okay.
So how does that vary based on doneness,
What is?
the cooking time?
Oh, the cooking time. So if you want this if you want this well done, you would do it the whole 12, 15 minutes from the sear on top of the stove to placing it in the oven at 350 or on broil. 15 minutes to get you well done, 12 minutes to get you mid-well, medium to mid-well, and 8 to 7 at 9 gets you rare, medium rare. So yeah, and it all depends on the type of oven. If you're using a gas stove versus electric stove versus outside grill or flat top.
You also mentioned Wagyu versus, I guess USDA.
Yeah. Well,
So,
Wagyu is graded, and the higher the grade, the more expensive the steak. So if you get a Wagyu steak and they say it's X amount, then you gotta be like it. They have to show you the grade for it. So it comes in grades. High grade, the better the beef. The the beef will look more like chipped beef, if you know what that looks like. Better yet, hamburger with milk. That's about the best it's gonna look. Because once you put the Wagyu in, it's got its own butter in itself. It's nothing but moisture and stuff. So, but thank you for the question. I do got a question also. I don't even know where I got that from. As a chef, it's usually like, is you doing this right? Okay, so but yeah, I want to get a auction item. I want to bid on an auction. How's that come?
back to our auction items.
Oh, just let it cook for a second.
So, Chef, one tip, when
One
you're on
tip.
the site, if there's something like once you kind of look through here, so like I'm pretty sure there's some beach activities.
Oh,
So Myrtle Beach.
okay.
So it'll bring up the Myrtle Beach item.
Oh,
And you can go and you can look and see. We have pictures. Some have one or two, some have more.
okay.
But this will give you, for especially the trips, there's a lot of information you want to know. So
I thank you for showing that because I'm one of those type of people. I really don't read that. I just go right down to the part and click it. Like, okay, I'm on. So now that you say it's probably important, I kind of like read over it. I have to look at that because I am a Detroit Lions fan. I hear y'all out there. All right, Lions, go Lions. I would not take this trip if it was during the playoffs or whatever. So,
okay.
you know, uh, might as well go take the trip if you're a Panther fan. All right, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guy. I knew it. I was coming. Something told me not to do it, but I did it. Because we had those colors first, and now we were a cat, and now they a cat, and then they got our. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. Let's stick to this auction. So I go on all day on this Lions.
One thing I do want to point out, we get asked this a lot. So if you bid on the auction and you get outbidded,
Yeah.
you are not charged.
Okay, cool.
So if you still want to donate,
Mhm.
you can always go back and click on the donate button. The other thing I want to point out is, so if you look at this as, for example, so the retail value is $1,700. if you purchase this for 1,200, there's no tax deduction because you got it below market value. But if you bid $2,000, then everything over the 17, so 300 could be tax deductible. So this is one of the times where overpaying is good because you're helping us out and you might get a tax.
Okay. We don't keep the whole 17, do we? Do we just get a portion? I mean, how does that work?
So actually, this is new this year. It's the first time we tried it. And so if you purchase this, we get a percentage.
Okay.
So if it sells for $1,200, I believe it varies, but I think we get like 40%. So
But do I
basically,
get credit for the 1,200 when I get for my taxes? Is it 1,200 or is it
well,
what you guys got it
you
for?
guys, you would get no tax deduction
What?
because you're paying less than what it costs to go.
Oh my God.
It's only if you pay more.
Well, it seemed like I'm paying more.
No, 3 nights for 4 people. That's pretty decent.
So what if it's one person?
Um,
Do I still get the amount of nights?
I mean, you
And
still
can
pay
I
the same
re-gift
price.
this? Can I wrap this up and get old?
So you
Don't
can buy
nobody
this
look at
and
this.
give it away.
If you hear the sound of the chef voice, do not look at this. It might be a Christmas present. I'm not saying, but feel free to bid on it.
So, any other questions? I do want to highlight too.
Okay, take it out.
So this is another question we get
Pull it
too.
out. Pull the door.
So this has a maximum bid.
Take it.
So let's say you bid on this and it's
Take it
$50. Oh, well, the starting bid is 35.
Once you do,
So the starting bid is 35. It'll ask you what's the max you're willing to pay.
juice.
So if you say $50 is the max I'm willing to pay, it's gonna start your bid at $35. If nobody outbids you, it'll
Stick it back
charge
and
you
you pull it out.
$35.
She come back to us. Pull it out.
But if
See?
somebody bids,
Mhm.
then the system will automatically outbid them
Mhm.
up to your max bid.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that prevents you from missing out on the item, really.
okay. Well, that makes sense. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know that.
And also, too, you'll notice this is new this year. There's a couple of items. So if you want a virtual class one-on-one with Chef, you can do a buy now at $100. Otherwise, the bidding starts at 75. So are we ready to go back?
Hello, welcome back. Okay, yeah. We don't turn our mics off. It's real cooking here. All right, Chef, let's see what you got going on. Let's pull that out here and get on the stove. We'll see what. All right,
Yeah.
Chef, you looking good. That looks good.
Oh,
Yeah, that looks good.
it-
Okay, you did good. So at this point, somebody in the studio audience trying to holler at you. This is not Family Feud, people. What is going on? Okay, great job. All right, so what we do with this now, at this point, we would let this steak, we would take it out and you got to let it sit. So if you grab me one of those little plates right there, let's pull this out. How about the little one? How about the little plates? Thank you, Chef. Okay, so at this point, we'll pull this steak out and we're gonna let it rest. Okay. And then we'll come back and cut it. At this with the fond and everything that's in here, from you could add some port wine, some type of red wine, or like I was telling you before, chicken stock or whatever, and you can end up turning this into a glaze for it. You can strain this off and pour it over it, and that'll give you all the flavor from the items that we cooked it with. Yeah. So we're gonna go back to the auction and then we'll come back and slice that open. All right.
So we talked about why we give.
Yeah.
Um, and our chef who's working on that. While he's doing that, I want to talk a little bit about our next upcoming event. And so hopefully you all have heard of our holiday sweets for kids. It's an event that we do in December, but we start raising money Giving Tuesday. really the whole month of November. So
Well, that was good. Oh, I'm
okay,
sorry.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Little chef, that was good. Oh, I'm sorry. We live, right? Oh,
Yes. So this year, once again, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys to help us raise awareness and raise funds. And so during November, if you guys can, we normally do like mini gingerbread house or things that you can make and eat. Um, and so if you can do that and post it online, um, that would be great. And we got some really exciting news today, actually. Amos, I'm going to mess their name up, but I think it's Amos Candies. They make like fruit snacks in the shape of Legos. And so they donated 600 bags for us to distribute to the kids this year. So we are
what?
really excited.
Can we play with the candy too? You mean
You
I could play with my
can.
food?
And
Hey,
so,
listen, folks. If you did this rice with this chef guy, man, this rice is on. I need some saltine crackers though, but other than that, yeah, this is on. I like. Oh, I'm sorry, I got you live. Let's go back.
all right. So are you ready? Has your steak rested?
No,
No.
let it rest. But if you want us to go ahead, chef is ready to begin his green beans production. If you
Okay.
want him to do that.
So our next menu item is Haricort Verts,
All right.
which is French. And I
Sure.
probably murdered that, but it's green beans. So we're gonna switch over. Hold on. Back to the kitchen.
Oh, welcome back. See, I told you to get mustard. All right, so welcome back. All right, we're gonna do our green beans now. And we're using
Chef, hold on 1 second.
hold on 1 second.
I'm gonna stop
Cooking
sharing
cannot
here.
hold on. People understand this in the world. Cooking cannot stop because of
There you go.
no, you told us to hold on. So tell them what's going on over there, chef. Yep. When do we put it in the water? All right. So that's a good telltale. So if your vegetable grows above ground, you put it in when the water is boiling. If the vegetable underground, you put it in and let it boil with the water. Okay. Underground, correct. Don't answer that. Do not answer that. Do not, that was a trap. That was a trap.
We got a question. So the question was, do the green beans grow under or on top of?
Okay, well, if you're Jack, they grow under the earth and then they go back up to the clouds, and that's how you get into it with the giants. But usually the green beans be on the top of the ground. Okay. This studio audience member we have here. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna get this boil. And I do not add salt to this at this point. Some people might, I just don't. That's just my because I'm gonna season it as I'm cooking it. Okay. Oh, I did. Oh, thank you for those questions. People, you don't get to see these questions that's coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in hot. No, we want to. The chef asked the question like, do we want a raging boil or what was that? A light boil, simmer boil. I'm not sure if you can simmer boil, but that's good. No, we want a roaring boil. When that started going, when these bubbles start, that's when you add your green beans. And then how long will we cook them? How long, chef? About 3 to 4 minutes. And then what do we do? Why do we put them in the ice? Stop it from cooking. All right, chef. I see you over there. You be learning, man. I don't know what you be doing. You be learning some stuff.
Yeah, so just in case, if you're cooking along, you're gonna boil the water and you're gonna make sure that you have an ice bath, so that when you take the green beans out, that you're gonna place them in a bowl of ice water.
All right, chef is adding his green beans now. Couple more. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Get that boiling. You good. Yeah, you. I don't want you to burn yourself trying to be like me. I mean, I do want you to burn yourself because then I can be like super chef and be like, stand back, wait for EMS, I'll take over for dinner. So, but sit in, you good. Okay, what are we doing, chef? Turning it down? Oh, it's boiling. We got it going. We can hear them popping too, like woo! It's like popcorn, but it just don't. It's not the same as popcorn, but you can eat it like popcorn. They make these as a dry potato chip like thing snack. Yeah, I've eaten them before. I eat the whole bag for some odd reason. I don't understand why I do that. Hmm? Edamame. I can't say the name of it. They ain't put nothing towards this auction stuff. I can't give out the name. It's something about Earth something. I can't, the rest you gotta look for. But after the show, I'm sure we could reach out and tell you what's what. And this is recorded for a live studio audience. All right, what do you say about how long, Chef? You think about another 30? Chef said about another 30 seconds. I'm putting your oil in there, your bacon fat. This bacon fat that I'm using came from the sauteed bacon that we did with the stir fry, the crab. There, listen, one down. Somebody told me you did not hear. Good job. Yeah, so that's where we got our bacon fat from. If you're making this at home, of course, you can your bacon fat won't be solid. Go right there. But here at the house, I keep all bacon fat. I use it for popcorn, making wherever say oil towards something. If I'm making cornbread, if I'm making regular bread. All right, so at this round, Chef is pulling out the green beans and he's what now? He's straightening them. That's right, Chef. And then to the ice bath. Drop them on in there. Yeah, you're gonna put them in there because it's gonna stop it from cooking. That's hot heat compared to cold heat. You good. You left two stranders. Oh my, stragglers. But they stranded, so it's same thing. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you did right. Okay, you shouldn't need that any longer because you're gonna use your gloved hand and pull them out. Okay. All right, now Chef is about to start sauteing his green beans. But you're just gonna pull them out. Don't pour the water in. Just pull them, shake it. You brought that bowl over, Chef. I was like, you're gonna get a surprise. Drop them in the back because this pan is hot now. Okay, we'll drop them in the front. I kind of wanted them back here, but you good, Chef. Whatever you say, works out. Okay, there you go. There you go. Put it on your eye. All right, so all right, folks. The chef that's doing this now. This is gonna be funny because he already trying to flip. So go ahead, do your thing, chef. What is that missing? Bacon. Some bacon. All right, chef. Look at you learning. Oh, you ain't got to. He said use all the bacon. That's good, chef. You have studio audience out here hollering, use it. Yes. Yes. Yes, turkey bacon, Canadian bacon, which is just ham smoked. But yeah, turkey bacon. You don't even have to use this with bacon. You can do it with ground chicken. You can do it with no meat at all. It's pretty versatile. I think the flavor matches, but it was what the audience had picked. But yeah, and the bacon part, everybody loves bacon. Who don't love bacon, like turkey bacon, because I can eat turkey bacon, but people say it's too hard when they cook it. And the thing about that with bacon and turkey bacon per se, if you put it in a pan, you add enough water just to cover the top of the bacon. Once you cover the top of the bacon, you let that water start to evaporate, and that bacon will start, it'll just brown up real quick, and that's how you do the bacon on top of the stove. But I mean, everybody's family different. But in our restaurant, we're doing it this way. How long? How long do you think, Chef? Chef said 3 minutes. Chef about to reach in there and grab him a green bean and see if it's ready. Eat the mom. What you gonna do with it, Chef? You gonna I almost said the wrong part. How we doing, Chef? What do you say? You don't now these are not string beans, meaning they're not soaked in water. You want to make them al dente, you want to be able to pop that thing. You pick it up and it's so there you go. So you his chef said, yep, they're ready. All right, so we're gonna go back and check on the auction and we'll come back and we'll have this plated up and he'll slice his beef
Chef, I
and
have a question.
hold on one
before we-
second, I'm on the phone. Hello.
So if I wanted asparagus,
Mm-hmm.
what would be different? Like,
Chef?
how would I cook it differently?
Well, you would cut, yeah, you're still boiled. It's a green veggie. It's still above ground per se, but it actually comes out of ground, so it's still up on the stalk. You would cut the bottoms of the asparagus off. I would say you would cut 1/3 of the asparagus stalk. So if you got one stalk and you like, all right, I know I want the top, I want the middle, but you don't want the bottom because the bottom is more woodsy. It's hard to break down, sort of like if you eat it like a bay leaf. You know, if you use a bay leaf, even if you soak it in water forever and it come out, it's still gonna be hard. And the way you eat it is the way it's coming out hard. So there you remove the bay leaf from the water or your sauce, whatever you're doing. And that's what you would also do with the asparagus. Even if you're grilling it, that bottom part is still gonna be, but the rest of it will be limpy, is what you pretty much want. All right, chef. So we're gonna go back and check on the auction and we're gonna have this plated up for you when you come back.
All right.
You did a good job, chef. I want to eat this.
Any questions? So I want to open it up to any questions. Questions about what we prepared tonight, about the auction, about Rick's Market, any questions whatsoever. And I know you guys are muted, so just our Zoom call people. So if you want to type or if you want to come off mute, it is much better now. It has been crazy running around trying to get stuff done. And even though it's virtual, it's still a lot of preparation. And I have to say,
That's delicious, dude. You did a good
Chef.
job. Yes.
Chef,
Yes.
you did a wonderful job.
Good job, Will. Ladies and gentlemen, as a chef job is not to cook. We teach other people to cook. We can cook, but we teach other people to cook. So that was all my sous chef. I fired that other girl, whatever her name was. Man, she was like, "Can you boil water with ice cubes?" I'm like, "What?" All right, so we're gonna go ahead. All right, so let's see what you got here, chef. Go ahead and get your steak cut on there.
So are we ready to go back?
Oh, you can come on back. Chef about to do his cuts.
Hmm?
Cuts, and then you.
Oh, Will, you did amazing was one of the comments. And slow down was something else that came through.
For him to slow down. Well, so yes, thank you. We will try to go a little slower next time, but this was more or less like we were a 12-minute time. So we tried to use quick cooking methods to allow him to move forward. Oh, they said that wasn't what they meant slow. They meant the cooking part. Oh, okay, yeah. So
Trying to make bacon.
there you go.
Oh, they said slow down. They're making the bacon fat.
Oh, okay. Well, that who's making the bacon fat? The fat people? Oh, the bacon fat. Oh, oh, okay. They said bacon fat. I'm sorry, folks. In the kitchen, we have fun. Y'all don't know y'all be in the dining room. Okay, we will. We'll be here to help you out after the Zoom thing if you need help. But other than that, yeah, just still reach out. Let us know what you need help with, and we'll jump in there where we can. So at this moment, I believe Chef is trying to slice his filet mignon, and he's plating it now. All right, so Chef is slicing. I'm not sure. Can you see him slice? Oh yeah, I see you. I just want to make sure you ain't just like get it from McDonald's and put it up there. Okay, Chef really isn't slicing; he's sawing. What is this Go ahead, do your thing, chef. Do your thing. What? Hold on, the studio audience is out saying something again. Yes, I'm sorry, you were in the dining room at this point. Here in the kitchen, I showed my chef what to do and how to do it. I cut the first two pieces, so that'll be in the bloopers reel later. This is just one I'm talking about. All right, go ahead, chef. Now you scoop it up. Yeah, you people want that piece. Yes, you leave that piece there. Now be careful because those knives are sharp. I know you see me doing weird stuff like this. So how you do it, lay it in there. Look at you. I don't know. I want to see how it look on the inside. Yes, that's how you lay them side. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, that's good too, chef. Outstanding. So he did his chef. He did his what did we get? There you go. Look at you, dude. I'm so proud of you. So it's like you in the kitchen, you ain't even gotta do dishes. Bato, get these dishes. So all right, so here we go. So what do we have here?
Filet Mignon.
Why do you keep trying to say it like that? Because you said so keep it in the camera. Okay, so point it out what we got. Mm-hmm.
Bacon, fried crab rice.
All right.
Fried
Fried crab rice.
crab fried rice.
Yeah, yeah, because fried crab is a different texture. It's a different texture. Although you can deep fry the blue crab, you deep fry it and you eat the shell and all. That is actually something that they actually really do. They actually do that at like their little fairs and whatever. So outstanding job, chef. I appreciate that. And now is this my plate or is whose plate? Because I didn't get to eat yet. Hold on, somebody. We got studio audience that's still chiming in. People, I wish you can hear this. Okay. Thanks for cooking along with us. And if you have any suggestions for an item for us to cook, please reach out, like, follow, share, talk to her, whatever. But before you do all that, you can make somebody's day great by going and bidding on an item. Hey, you know what? You could tell a friend, like, I bid it on this, and you might want to try to outbid me. But I mean, that's all on y'all. You want to stay at home in your staycation, stay there, but it's better when you leave. It's better when you leave and come back. Unless your house dirty, then you got to get, oh, I can't say the people who clean our house. So I won't even give them a shout out because they didn't sponsor. So I mean, hey, you got to sponsor to be sponsored. So okay, but I think Chef, you want to say anything? He said nope. He said nope. He's about to make another meal. So thank you again. I enjoy being here with you guys. I'm not cleaning your kitchen, chef. You on your own.
So, we just want to say thanks. Thanks for joining us. And we want to thank all of our donors, corporate and individual, for hopefully helping to make this a great event. If you do want to stay on afterwards, we're going to close down, but feel free to ask any questions. So and before I forget, the auction ends October 20th. So you have 9 days to bid and to tell a friend.
Or you got 9 days to be outbidded.
You do got
Wait, it's 9 days?
9 days.
Oh my God. Let me see if I played the lottery 3 times a week. And wait, what is three? Wait, how many days is that? 3 days. I'm not good at math. That's probably why I ain't won. But I know I played a lot. But I don't know. I don't see nothing I can bid on. I guess I'll try to bid on something.
If you don't see something you can bid on,
Yeah.
just donate the money.
No, I'm
We
gonna bid
take
on me.
cash.
I'm gonna bid on me. I'm gonna bid on me, and that way I can like cook for myself. I'll get bad at myself because I'm gonna make him make something, some chocolate chip cookies, something. So yeah, but yeah, we enjoy having you guys hang out with us for this brief time and go Lions. No, I'm sorry. I know this is something else. What was he gonna say? Go
Thanks.
Lions. Yeah. Yes, thank you again. And we enjoy being a part of your home this evening. Uh I don't know, the live portion will end in 5 minutes, but we will still be able to take any calls or texts or whatever. And please, please Please outbid me on something. I mean, show your worth. Outbid me. And if you outbid me, you win. That's all I'm gonna say. You outbid me, you win. That's it.
All right. Thanks, everybody.